Hi, I'm Bernard Gallacher, 3 times Ryder Cup captain and golf care ambassador.
Hello, I'm Di Stewart, and I feel privileged to be sat next to you, Bernard.
Oh,
I
dear.
really do.
Okay.
Yes, I am a TV presenter and also a golf care ambassador. Also, a huge golf fan. I've watched you over the years, Bernard.
I've watched you too, Diane.
Have you?
I know you're
right?
a good golfer.
Oh, good. What about on telly?
Yeah, no.
Occasionally you flick on, don't you?
Yeah.
Listen, the Masters is literally just around the corner, and I cannot wait. It's my favourite time of year. Is it yours?
It is. It's sort of, for me, the Masters starts off the golf season. I know the American tour's been going since January, but for us in Europe, you feel that the Masters kicks off the season.
It certainly does. You played with the Masters in 1970. You missed the Cup, Bernard. What happened there?
I was unlucky.
Okay. That's what I always say when I play a bad round of golf.
Exactly.
Can't even compare my golf team.
My ball hung on the lip at the last to miss the Cup by a stroke. Yeah. But
you missed the Cup by a stroke at the Masters.
I didn't really treat it as seriously as I should have, to be honest. The Masters in those days, 1970, was an American event, and it wasn't an international event. I only arrived the day before the tournament. I didn't even have a practice round. It was bad from my point of view, but I didn't really take it as seriously as it deserved.
I'm just trying to comprehend arriving the day before at Augusta and trying to take
wouldn't do that
on
today.
that golf course.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't do that today.
The game has changed so much, isn't it?
Well, it has, but also the Masters has changed a lot. It's becoming more international. In those days, it was only a 50-man field, and a lot of the field were past champions, and so it wasn't such a huge event. That's why Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer won it as often. It was such a weak field. Now it's a very strong field, but it's still an invitational event. It's still the smallest field of all the majors.
Yeah.
For instance, the Open will have 140, 150 players in the field. The Masters has only got 80 in the field.
It's a privilege, isn't it, to receive that invitation to the Masters?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's talk, going down Magnolia Lane, what's that like? I can only imagine.
Nice,
I've been down there, but not as a player.
Well, it's nice. You're driven down there and you can, you're in the footsteps of all the great players that have gone down there. It's a big moment, and Magnolias are out.
Yeah. I remember last year Ryan Fox played in his first Masters, and he drove down Magnolia Lane with his father Grant Fox, who was an All Blacks formidable rugby player, and they had goosebumps driving down that first tee. I can only imagine the nerves.
Well, yeah.
But you played in 1917. It wasn't as big then. Let's talk about some of the aspects of Augusta. Your favourite hole? Is there a standout hole that you have?
Well, they're all quite good. The thing about Augusta is it's an interesting course from a strategic point of view, because it starts quite easy, the front nine. We know the first hole's easy par 4. The second's a gentle par 5. The third's a driving the pitch. Some of them are driving it.
No props.
And then it gets exponentially more difficult the more you get on. And that is because the back nine involves water. And of course, it involves water for the second shot at 11, 12, and 13, and that's called Amen Corner.
Yeah.
And then the water takes a big part at the 15th. That cost Seve the championship one year. The water comes into play a little bit at 16th, not as much. Then you've got a tough last hole to finish. But my favourite hole probably is the 12th.
Yes, mine too.
It's 155 yards. It's nothing. It's an 8-9-iron wedge for somebody.
Easy, surely easy.
But there's water. What you see is water, and you see a bunker, and you see a bunker behind the green, and it's a thin green. And down at Amen Corner, it's called Race Creek. There's a wind there that you can't detect.
No.
And that has played a big part in the outcome of the Masters over the years. In recent years, both Jordan Spieth and Brooks Koepka were in the lead.
Do you know when you say Jordan Spieth and the 12th hole at Augusta, I get goosebumps thinking about that quadruple bogey.
Well, exactly. And that allowed Danny Willett to come through and win, because both those players hit it in the water. And of course, you've really got to take the lesson from Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus. They never went for the pin there. They always played into the middle of the green.
Yeah.
But when you've got a 9-iron or wedge in your hand for a pro, it's difficult to aim away from the holes, because in the last day they usually put the pin on the right hand side, and it's just a little bit longer than the right, and there's no bunker in front of the pin that puts you back in. For instance, if you come up with the wrong club, you go in the bunker. So So there's no safety net, in other words. And so that is my favourite hole. It's not the longest, it's a short par 3, but at the same time, it's a hole that's caused problems for every top player in the world in the past.
Do you think it's ingrained on Jordan Spieth's mind?
Well, I think he should just go into the middle of the green, with the
just
right
club
and play for a long
middle
putt.
Of the green.
Yeah, and if you hit it fat or it comes up with the wrong wind, you're in the bunker, which is okay.
I love the 13th as well because birdie opportunity on 13, coming off the back of 11, 12. I mean, it's so tricky that turn, isn't it? But going back through the years, what's one of your favourite memories?
My favourite moment was Seve winning. Seve in 1980. The Americans hadn't heard of Seve. And he didn't play on the PGA Tour, just played in Europe. And he went across and said, look out, here I am. And that's...
Did he say hola? Here I am.
We all said hola, that's for sure. But it was a
completely.
great moment for European golf, and it was a great moment for Spanish golf. And
it was the year after Europe became involved in the Ryder Cup, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It was in 1979 was the first Europeans arrived in Greenbrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so in America they didn't know Seve, didn't know how good he was. We knew how good he was.
They did after his victory.
Oh, well, they did, absolutely. And he heralded his arrival on the sort of major scene.
Yeah. I mean, he was just magic, wasn't he?
And then the next big moment for me was Nick Faldo beating Raymond Floyd, who's a really tough player. He beat him in 1990 in the playoff, and he held that superb long putt at the 11th to beat Raymond Floyd. And you could see Raymond Floyd, his feisty competitor, his face dropped when that putt went in. And I jumped out my armchair watching it on television. I really did.
Cup of tea there or a beer?
Yeah.
Which one? Probably a beer or a glass of wine. What would you go for?
A glass of wine.
Red or white?
Yeah, white. Chardonnay.
Lovely.
Thanks.
I'll join you. Oh, what a great memory. Nick Faldo, I mean, he loved the Masters.
Well,
one of mine's 96 with Norman.
Yeah, well, that was a great moment. But you see, Nick always did well at the Masters because he was a great strategic player.
Yes.
And also a great putter.
Yeah.
He could think his way around the golf course and had a strong nerve. And of course, the next big moment for me was Tiger Woods arriving in 1997. And he won the Masters by 12 strokes. I mean, 12 strokes.
As you do at 21 years young.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's amazing. And there's that iconic moment for Tiger Woods when he chipped at the 16th from the back of the green. And we thought the ball wasn't going to arrive at the hole, and it hung precariously over forever, we thought.
It did. Slow motion, wasn't it?
You couldn't buy that advertising for Nike, could you?
Oh, it was amazing.
Then it dropped in.
Yeah.
And I think everybody in the world jumped up, not just Tiger Woods.
Do you know, that is one of the iconic moments in sport, 2005, that putt on 16, Tiger Woods. Yeah. It was incredible. Do you know, the commentary was, I'm terrible with American accents. In your life, have you seen anything like that?
Is that what they said?
Yeah, that's what they said, and it's stuck in my brain.
Well, I hadn't seen anything like it.
No, brilliant moment.
I thought it would go in eventually because I've never seen a ball be short of that hole coming down the hill. And
you know, another amazing story, he's just honestly surprises us all. Tiger Woods winning in 2019, winning his 15th major.
Yeah.
You ever see that?
No, you're right. But Tiger Woods is...
He didn't.
Oh, of course, yeah. When he came back after all the injuries and all the stuff off the golf course.
To win again.
Yeah, that's his course. I mean, he just knows how to get round there.
Yeah, he certainly does.
I haven't really thought about him winning this time because I think circumstances have changed dramatically against him this time because he's just not playing enough. He's injured, but you never know with Tiger.
No,
you just never know.
He's changed the face of golf, revolutionised the sport, and we love watching him. And viewing figures go like that, don't they? When Tiger Woods is on the golf course.
If he's going to win another major, it will be at Augusta, I think.
Okay.
That's what.
Well, maybe let's go each way. If you're a betting person, if you fancy a flutter, who's going to finish top? Who's your top
I'm not
tip
sure.
for the Masters?
I'm not a very good tipster, but I would really like.
Okay, we won't go with you then.
No, I would like Rory McIlroy to complete his Grand Slam.
Yeah, can he do it?
Well, he can. I mean, he's lived under this pressure since 2014. That was the last time he won a major.
Yeah,
and
it's a long time ago.
He needs the Masters. He's won the US Open. He's won our Open. He's won the US PGA, and he needs that to complete his Grand Slam and join only 5 other golfers in the history of the game. And so there's been a lot of pressure on him for these years, but he's starting to live with that pressure. And he's got the game. He just needs to have 4 good days on the green. He's got everything else. He just needs 4 good days on the green.
Yeah. Don't all the golfers really. He's had 7 top 10 finishes in the last 10 years, and he's playing in his 16th Masters.
And he was runner-up a couple of years ago. Remember?
2022, yeah.
22. He held that bunker shot at the last and got second.
Yeah, second's nothing though. They don't want to finish second, do they?
He doesn't want
in a
to
major
finish
championship.
second, no.
It means nothing.
No.
Scotty Scheffler won that year in 22.
Yeah.
He's on form right now, isn't he?
He's
the world number one.
You know, and he's putting better, and his tee to green has always been brilliant. But he spent the winter working with Phil Kenyon, the putting coach.
Yeah,
and it's
brilliant.
really helped him. And he's come out fast this year. Won at Bay Hill, won the Players Championship, and he says he's improved his putting. So you know,
if Scotty Scheffler says he's improved another part of his game, it's scary, isn't it? Really scary.
He's a wonderful tee to green player, and putting good putting on top of that, it makes him a formidable player.
So we're really going to go out on a limb and say the world number one, we'll win the Masters.
Well, you know, John Ram. We haven't talked about
John Ram, defending champion.
The problem with John Ram is that we wonder, has he played enough tournaments leading up, coming into the Masters? Because he plays on the Live Tour.
Yeah.
And I mean, Scottish.
He's missing the PGA Tour, isn't he?
Well, he's missing the competition. He's not missing the money, is he? No. But I can say the thing about Scotty Scheffler and the players who are playing on the PGA Tour, they're playing every week. They're playing that, so they're competitive coming into it. Whether it means maybe he's playing too much, we'll have to wait and see. If his lack of competition coming into it affects his golf. It didn't Brooks Koepka last year, so he can maybe say, well, you know, if you're good enough, you're going to win it.
Yeah.
And I know he's got a very strong desire to do different things, John Ram. I mean, he's a tough player. And
beware the Spaniards, as you say.
Yeah, beware the Spaniards.
Beware the Spaniards. And also, he's picked for the Champions Dinner a gorgeous menu. I'm salivating even thinking about it. There's ribeye steak on there. There is his grandmother's lentil stew. So the chef called up his grandma to get the recipe. And John has said, basically, if any of the players don't like it, please don't say anything, because his grandma will be really upset.
Tapas to start.
Tapas, lovely. And I think there's some kind of like puff pastry and cream for dessert.
Some Rioja.
There'll be some Rioja. Yeah, but they're not going to be drinking a lot, though, are they? Maybe just a taste.
John Ram will try to get them drinking Rioja. Maybe.
Will it? Oh, so he's got a better chance. Would you go for the puff pastry and cream dessert?
Oh, no. Would I? Well, maybe.
That really appeals to me. And it's Iberian, isn't it? There'll be some Iberian ham as well. Yeah, I think there's some black truffle in there.
That'll be in the tapas, the Iberian ham.
And turbot, fish.
Yeah.
If you don't want the ribeye.
The funny thing is, there doesn't seem to be any fish on the main course, which I'm surprised.
No, I think turbot is ribeye or turbot.
Okay.
From what I read. Yeah. I could be corrected. But I think that menu sounds divine. What would you go for? Champions Dinner.
I'll go for haggis.
Haggis, of course, yes.
Sandy Lyle went for haggis.
Oh, I wonder how that went down.
Well, I don't think he told them what it was.
Oh, do you know, it's best not to know, isn't it? Yeah. Haggis is great.
I love haggis.
Yeah, and, I do.
I don't even think Sandy likes haggis, but I think he threw it at them.
Oh, that's so funny. Did he eat it or not?
Yeah, I think he did. Did Sandy eat anything?
Oh, okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
If he's hungry. Good. We like that, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably go for roast beef or something.
Roast beef, haggis. And what about your dessert?
Dessert? Well, maybe eaten that.
Good choice.
They wouldn't know, but I like eating that.
Yeah, no, I like the meringues and the cream. Exactly, that's like, I think I'd have to throw a steak in there.
Yeah, I have to have a whiskey as well with the haggis.
Of course you would. Yeah, great stuff. Oh, Bernard, I'm really hungry now. So we're going to have to go get something to eat. But who are you going for? Who's your number one choice to win the Masters 2024?
I'd probably have to go for Scheffler, but I hope it's Rory. There you go.
Okay. Well, I'm going Rory 100%.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I mean, it's I'm just crossing fingers and toes for that Grand Slam. But two great choices.
Yeah.
Should we go and find some haggis?
Yes, the picture's down the corner.
Marvellous. That's our Masters 2024 champ.